by saying thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me out here tonight to share in this award ceremony with you. A lot of you guys, probably no one knows who I am. Anybody know who I am? Right? Nobody knows who I am. But I am excited to be here. Right? You might wonder, why am I so excited to be here where nobody knows who I am? Probably didn't even know I was going to be here and have a guest speaker. But this is important work, what I do with my business, right? With the mental math skills service. Specifically, I like working with our youth, right? Our young athletes. So the first thing I did when I put together the business was create a program called Empowering Young Minds. Right? And I do that through mental skill building. Anybody know what mental skills are in the room? Anybody heard of it? Oh, don't be shy. Put it way up there, right? Have that confidence, right? Don't worry, I'm not gonna call on you right now. So you can put your hand up and feel good about it, right? Yeah, a lot of people haven't really thought about it. I realized that when I started coaching at AR and I was talking to our student athletes, these are grown men, about managing time, right? Being a little bit more mentally tough. And they'd be like, yeah, coach, yeah, I got it. And then we checked the grades, and it was clear that some of them weren't quite getting it. So I started sitting them down and talking to them, and again, it became more apparent that I needed to work with them a little bit more. Right? So I just tapped into my coaching experience. I tapped into what I learned going to school. And like clearly we can start to manage these players a lot better. We can help them develop their skills. We can help them develop these mental skills so they're going to be a little bit more successful than if we just told them nothing at all. I feel like I was fortunate enough to figure things out on my own. Like I used to be at Grant High School playing baseball by myself. Right? Because by the time I got there, it wasn't a baseball school, it was a football school. So I'd be up there in the parking lot throwing balls at the wall, right? Pretending I was striking somebody out. Because there weren't too many people to play catch with. But as I started doing that, I started visualizing there being a battle. Or I'd go out on the field. Anybody know Ozzie Smith? A couple older people might know Ozzie. Thank you. I'm not the only one, right? I saw a video of him throwing baseballs into a trash can, blindfolded. Right, at his eyes closed, and he wasn't missing. So I was like, man, I want to be like Ozzie Smith. So I'm out there on the baseball field with a bunch of baseballs, eyes closed, I'm throwing, look over, completely miss the target, almost all the time. But I kept at it, I kept trying, and over time, I started visualizing runners running. So I started developing my imagery skill. I didn't know what imagery was until I got to college, and I was like, oh, they actually teach people this. Then I learned that Olympians actually pay people to train them to do it. And I was doing this stuff as a sophomore, junior in high school. All right, so once I learned that it was a skill that I could better develop, started working on it. And so now that's what I teach. Right? I teach the mental skill development. Anybody think about imagery as being a mental skill? What about good job? Communication? Right, it's a mental skill. Goal setting, decision making, understanding motivation, right? Emotion management, mindfulness. These are mental skills, right? And to me, they all come together and they influence your mental toughness. Mental toughness is also equivalent to mental health. Because you're only going to be as mentally healthy as you are able to deal with things that come at you in life, the adversity. So that's why I wanted to start bringing to our student athletes. They were facing a lot of adversity, and it wasn't that they didn't want to succeed. It wasn't that they weren't putting forth the effort. They were just putting it forth in the wrong ways. So I felt like, hey, I got a skill. Just like I go coach the DBs, I know a little bit more than they know at the time. I'm going to help them out. I'm going to coach them up. I'm going to pay attention to detail, get them going in the right way. If I have this information, I need to give it back. Right? I don't want to be the only person that knows this stuff and just looking at everybody else like, man, I wish they could figure it out. No, I'm going to give it back. So when I was contacted by Christian to come, I was like, yeah, definitely. Definitely want to come and be a part of what you guys have going on here because it's important for us to continue to celebrate all victories. And that's something Coach O, our head coach at AR, talks about a lot. So again, there are two parts to this message I wanted to share with you guys. One was celebrating all victories. You guys have a goal, a long-term goal, going to take a little bit of time to get there. How many of you guys want to go to college? Really want to go to college? How many of you guys want to play sports when you get to college? Right? How many of you guys are going to college next year? Just one. You go to college next year, you're going to have fast track. I want to talk to that. Fast track. So it's safe to say that it's going to take a little bit of time for you to get there. That is a long-term goal. And over the time that it takes to get there, you might lose some motivation. Right? You might lose some motivation because you're just thinking about that goal. You have to learn to celebrate all victories. So we're celebrating 3.0 or higher GPA today, yes? Yes, yes. Right? That's good. Celebrating every year, every semester, every quarter. Celebrating. When I graduated from Sac State, I didn't celebrate. I was like, man, I was supposed to do this. This is what I was supposed to do. Graduate. Didn't celebrate. Not nearly in the way I should have. Then a friend told me, man, you've been in a lot of work, man. You've been at it a long time. You got a lot of reasons why you can quit. I started thinking about it. I was like, man, you're right. I'm real smart. When I got my master's degree, I really celebrated. About a week. I ain't do nothing. Celebrate. Right? And again, master's degree was a little bit tougher, a little bit harder. I did that online. I was coaching. I was going to school. Father. I was working. I was like, when I got done with that, I was like, yeah, we celebrating. Right? I did it online. Flew out to Phoenix. My mom lived out there at the time. My sister was too. Grand Canyon University's out there. I took their online program. I flew out there for the graduation. I didn't want to go to my Sac State graduation. They forced me to. I bought a ticket and I flew to Phoenix. Like, I'm part of the graduation. I don't know anybody in the crowd, in my class, but hey, we're going to do this together. Right? Because again, I put in the work. So I need to celebrate that. And that was just one small victory on my way to doing what I'm doing now. Right? That put me in a position where I became the authority on what I was doing. Put me in a position where I could start my own business, doing something that I really love to do. Helping other people become the best versions of themselves. Right? When you guys think about success, is that what you think about? Becoming the best version of yourself? Not yet. Right, take that away too. Right, celebrate all victories. 2, success, it has to be becoming the best version of yourself. If you can't control all the outcomes of your efforts. Can you guys control winning a football game? No? You sure? Positive? Something like that. We practice like we can, right? We don't always control the exact outcome of what's going to happen, but the effort that we put in will affect your experience and potentially the outcome, which is the second part of what I want to talk to you guys about, or at least what I want to leave you with, is that you get out what you put in. People have heard that before. How many of you guys have heard that before? You get out what you put in. All right? Young guys haven't heard much. I'm going to come back. You get all your practices. Not all of them, I got to but come back. So, you get out what you put in. And everything you do in life, you will get out what you put in. Guaranteed. You may not get the outcome that you're looking for exactly, but you're going to get out what you put in. All right? If you're jogging to try to score a touchdown and you get caught, it's because you didn't run fast enough. Or you didn't give your full effort. Now, if you're running as fast as you can and you get caught, you got as far as you could go. But you got out what you put in that situation. Yeah, we're here celebrating 3.0 or higher GPA because you put in, you invested into your educational experience, and you were able to reap the rewards, right? The product of what you put in was a 3.0 or higher. Again, that needs to be celebrated. You need to understand that that's what happened so that you can duplicate that success in everything that you do in life. So 2 levels, I talked to my student athletes about getting out what you put in. 1, it's what you invest into what you're doing. The second is what you invest into yourself. Right? So this shirt, one of the first shirts I came up with, I was like, yeah, I like that. Right? Because it's like I'm angry, but I'm not angry. It's a play on words. Reading makes me mad. Right? People are like, why does it make you mad? It doesn't really make me mad. People don't understand that. But it makes me mentally aware and develop. Right? That's what MAD stands for. Mentally aware and develop. So, reading makes me mad. Right? The more I read, the more information I have, the more mentally aware and developed I can be. How many of you guys play Fortnite? I don't. I put my hand, I don't want to break hands did. Right? We have a problem with Fortnite. They even have a problem with Fortnite in the NFL. There's a lot of people invest a lot of time in Fortnite. So they invest the time in it and they're probably really good at that. Yes? But then when it comes to their studies, not so much. I'm asking the guy if he watched film and he didn't tell me he watched film. I wish I had Huddle for Fortnite. Because on Huddle it tells me how many hours my guys are watching film. Right? But I don't know how many hours they're playing Fortnite. Right? They 5 minutes of film, they probably watch or play 2 hours of Fortnite. Right? They're wondering why we can't cover this receiver who catches no balls. Very frustrating because I get yelled at by our defensive coordinator quite often because I'm on the headset and they're not. Right? Kind of stressful. Again, you get out what you put in. So make sure that you are tailoring what you are putting into your mind so you can get out what you want to get out. Not everybody. That was concerning. Most of you, young people, raise your hand and said you want to go to college, you want to play sports at a high level. Right? If that is true, then you need to start making sure the information that you put inside of you is going to help you get there. Learn that now and learn it fast. And sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice playing with your friends. As you get older, you're going to have to sacrifice hanging out with certain people because they're not doing the things that you need to be doing to get where you're trying to go. You guys have a friend that, well, the adults probably have. Like, hey, man, I'm trying to do this with my life. And they're like, man, let's go hang out. Let's go do this. Like, nah, man, I'm trying to do this here. Nah, let's go do. I tell my athletes all the time, if you have that person in your life, that person is not your friend, right? But they're not good for you in this situation. So you're going to have to make some difficult decisions. Because everything that you put in you is what's going to come out. Right? Eat bad food, probably going to get a bad body. Right? That's what happens. Right, I stopped playing sports, I started coaching at AR, we ate a lot of food, and then I got a big belly. Right? Stopped working out. So yeah, everything we do in life, you're going to get out what you put in. So I want to do an exercise with you guys before we get on to why we're actually here. You guys didn't come here to hear me talk forever. You came here to celebrate your young folks. I want to celebrate your young folks with you as well. Again, we get out what we put in, and I want to make sure that the message has a lasting effect. Right? Sometimes when it's just kind of straight, mundane, we kind of tune it out and we don't hear it. But the reason why I like doing this exercise, I gotta tell you one brief story, I promise you guys out here. I ran into a young man that I used to coach. So I've been coaching, like I said, for 16 years now. I started coaching baseball at Grant in 03. Right? Again, baseball there is like the guidance sport. But I started coaching. I worked really hard at it. It helped me grow as a young man, helped me grow as a father, helped me grow as a coach. Took a lot of young people under my wing. I kept talking and preaching messages, and it seemed like her parents probably understand this. They weren't listening, right? Not listening to anything I was saying. And I'm getting frustrated. The varsity coaches calling me on my cell phone. They're like, are you running a track team or a baseball team? Because they're always running. Like, they're not listening, right? So I'm trying to get them to listen, trying to get their attention. And over time, I started better listening to them, active listening, something that's really big too. But I ran into this young man about a year ago at the gas station. He's like, hey, coach, how you been? Hey, how you been? Couldn't remember his name right away. Our coach, I'm just a kid, so I'm just like, I know you're familiar. We started talking, catching up. He's telling me that he's like, man, I had to sit down for a while. And you know, people don't know what sitting down is. It's code for, I went to jail for a long time. I was like, man, sorry to hear that. But at this point, he's gotten his life together, cutting hair, doing some things, got his barber's license. So I'm like, shit, I haven't meeting him on the upswing, or seen him on the upswing again. But the thing that he said to me that really stuck with me was, as I was sitting there, I would think about the things that you were telling us when you were coaching. Right? All those messages that you kept trying to get us to understand in. And he's like, and I was just talking to myself about that while I was there. And that helped get me through that situation. It helped get me through that experience. I was like, man. Like, I got a little teary. Oh, man. A little teary-eyed, man. Because I was just doing something I love to do, which was coach baseball. And the byproduct of being a coach, sometimes you're doing a little bit of counseling. You're trying to steer these young men, young women in the right direction, tell them what you did, and, you know, so they don't have to do it, like, your mistakes. And so for him to say that just made me feel really great about what I've been doing. Because you're not always going to get everyone to come back with that story, but hey, it's just that one guy that I helped him, that he's going to go help somebody else, right? So again, you get out what you put in. You may not always see the results when you want them. You may not always get that story back. I may not have ran into him, but his story will still be the same. He's out there telling somebody else that story. Hey, Coach Marshall used to tell me this all the time. I didn't listen, went to jail, thought about it, but dang, he's right. Don't go to jail to figure this lesson out. Please don't. Right? Again, the story is so that you don't have to all repeat the same mistakes. But again, you get out what you put in. So to make sure that you guys remember me, I want you to all engage in a little exercise. Little activity, right? So I'm gonna say, I get out. You're gonna say, I'm gonna say I get out. You're gonna say what I put in. We need to own it, right? Big thing we talked about at AR is accountability, ownership, right? It's not the next guy's fault if you didn't work hard. It's not the teacher's fault the test was hard if you didn't study. Well, I've heard it. It's crazy. Oh, the teacher, you didn't study. You didn't study, that's your fault. If you didn't run, if you didn't touch the line, if you didn't do the wind sprint the way they asked you to do it, and you can't finish the game, that is your fault. Now, if you didn't get coached, something different. You guys are coaching in here, right? Any other coaches here? We coach them up the right way, we coach them hard. So it's their fault. I'm good to say that. It's their fault. Right, so I'm saying, I get out. All right, good. We try another time. I want you guys to get a little bit more good. I get out. I like this guy. I like this guy. What's your name? Who said it loud over here? Asher. Asher? Are you Asher? Okay. Good job. I thought you were dry stitching on that kind. That's good. There you go, Asher. All right, so now this time I want you to level up a little bit, right? A little bit more intensity. And not only do I want you to level up, I want you to match or exceed my intensity when I say it. Everybody, parents, kids, we're all going to do it, right? I'm going to be crazy first, so you don't have to feel bad about being crazy. So I want you to match my intensity, right? We all good? Ready? Ready? I get out! I get out! There you go. Right? So, I told you I could get loud. I don't have to talk like that all the time. There's a lot of energy. I'm a mild-mannered guy. I'm not just be conversation with you. But if need be, I can use the big voice. If I want to make a point, I use my big voice. Right? If I want it to resonate, I want it to stick with y'all. Right, so when I asked you to follow along, right, I gave you a little bit low energy, I got low energy back. I asked you to give me a little bit higher energy, I got a little bit higher energy. Then I told you I wanted you to either match or exceed my energy, and then I gave you an example. So the more I invested in it, the more I got out. And then when I actually invested the energy in it, I got a little bit more energy out.